So this is Jessie from St Paul's Lifestyle, a teenage reporter, reporting on my trip to Vienna so far. I did a vlog for you on Wednesday, and there'll probably be a link to that somewhere. Thursday I went cycling amongst the vineyards where all the grapes are grown, of course, and that was really cool because it was just really surreal seeing grapes growing on trees, because obviously I live in a little town in UK, and so seeing these grapes that I have, well, obviously they're not the same grapes because these ones are smaller, because of course they're for wine, not for being eaten. But seeing these grapes that I usually just have, buy in a plastic packet on bushes in Vienna was really interesting. Made them feel more real almost. They don't come from just somewhere in the sky. They actually are growing from the ground. And so cycling through that was really cool. We went from village to village. We were outside of Vienna actually from there. We cycled down the Danube River, and that was really nice because it's a cycle trail, so there were lots and lots of cyclists there. It wasn't just us. But that was okay because everybody kind of kept to themselves and just passed as they did. The churches, cathedrals, and there was a bridge here and there, and they were really, the scenery's all so beautiful. I had my camera, so I was taking pictures of absolutely everything. And we got a boat ride down the Danube River on the way back, and that was really fun too. It was quite slow, but the amount of bikes on that river, there was just a room just for bikes. Actually, no, there were two separate rooms on either side of the boat for bikes only. And then we went to a restaurant, and I tried for the very first time an apricot canoodle. Very tasty, actually. I did like it. It kind of wasn't savoury and wasn't sweet. It was made with sweet cheese, which was probably where part of the sweetness was from, because they're kind of a dumpling but with apricots in the middle, and then breadcrumbs on the top and on the outside. They were really nice, but I'd had a meal already. I think I had pancakes that were not pancakes like as if you have on pancake day with lemon and sugar, but these kind of whole wheat almost pancakes, and they were really nice. The views were brilliant. They were magnificent. They were tall. We were cycling along, and the hills went up this far, and it was quite incredible. And they were just vineyards. There were loads of lines, and it wasn't harvesting. It wasn't corn. They were just loads and loads of vineyards, and that was really a really very pleasant experience. Then on Friday I went into Vienna. There were lots of tourists there. At the same time there were loads of big buildings. I went into a chocolate shop, and they had these rose chocolate bars and heart coloured chocolates and these lollies, and I had 2 ice creams that day with actually very British flavours, I'm ashamed to say, but with free scoops on. But my second ice cream literally started melting as soon as I held it. There was a lot of historical things there too, because they've survived all these years. Stephen's Cathedral, we went up these winding stairs, which was really quite cool because they weren't like the stairs that you get at home, surrounded by this wall that was kind of in at you, and the view at the top was beautiful because you got to look all around where you were. You could look down at everybody, and where they look as small as ants. Today I was also in Vienna. I've done a walking tour, not today but yesterday, and so I took myself on a tour around this book, seeing everything that I was reading about, and that was cool. It was a bit difficult to find everything at first, but then when I got used to the idea, and when I realised where certain streets were, everything got a little bit easier, and it kind of all went into context, and I got to look through these palaces and of all sorts. There was another palace today. It was a really magnificent one. There was actually a wedding on one side of it, so we went on to the other side where there was a waterfall in front, one side in front of you, and then a palace behind you as well. It was really touristy, but it was a brilliant idea. And then we walked through the modern art place, and that was cool. That was kind of similar to London in a way, but there are also loads of cultural differences. When we walked through the market on the way back, everything was being cleared up, but you could see that Vienna is very much a multicultural city. But yeah, so I've had a brilliant 3 days. I will see you guys speak to the camera again in 3 days' time. Goodbye.